New York City never ran out of surprises, especially for Ethan Walker, a 46-year-old billionaire whose wealth stretched from Wall Street skyscrapers to luxury real estate empires across the country. But nothing prepared him for what he witnessed on that chilly autumn morning. Ethan's personal driver pulled up outside the prestigious Bright Future Academy, an elite school where only children of CEOs, government officials, and high-net-worth families could afford the tuition. Ethan rarely came for drop-off, but today he happened to be there. Important business deal delayed, stocks fluctuating, tension high. His 9-year-old son Liam Walker stepped out, shy and anxious as always, struggling in class despite expensive tutors and the best educational resources money could buy. As Ethan waited, something unusual caught his eye on the sidewalk. A young homeless girl, wearing an oversized hoodie, torn jeans, and shoes with the soles nearly gone, was kneeling beside a cardboard box. She was teaching a group of much younger children, including Liam, who had wandered over, writing math formulas with a broken pencil on a piece of thin, worn-out paper. Her voice was soft, gentle, yet confident. "No, Liam, you don't have to be scared of numbers," she said with a warm smile. "Math is just a puzzle, and you're smart enough to solve anything." Liam listened, really listened, his eyes lighting up with understanding. Ethan froze. No one, not tutors he paid $300 per hour, had ever sparked that kind of focus in his son. Security guards moved fast, shouting, "Hey, step back from the kid." But Ethan raised a hand to stop them, astonished and strangely moved. Who was this girl? Where did she learn to teach like that? And why was a genius living on the streets? Ethan stepped closer, and in that moment, his entire world was about to change forever. Her name was Emily Clark, around 14, maybe 15, small frame yet intelligent eyes. Ethan could see brilliance shining through fatigue and hunger. Liam looked up at his father, smiling for the first time in weeks. "Dad, Emily taught me multiplication. I get it now." Emily pulled her hands into her sleeves, embarrassed by attention. "I wasn't doing anything wrong, sir. I just like helping." One of the school moms, dripping in diamonds, stormed over. "This is Bright Future Academy. This homeless girl shouldn't be anywhere near our children." Children shrank in fear. Emily flinched like she'd heard that 1,000 times. But Ethan? His jaw clenched. He crouched to Emily's level. "Where are your parents?" Her lips trembled. "My mom died last year. Cancer. We lost our apartment. I'm just trying to stay in school. But they won't let me attend anymore because I can't pay." She attempted to pack her torn notebook, her only prized possession. Ethan noticed a half-eaten sandwich in her bag. Maybe from yesterday. She stood up, ready to disappear like a shadow. But Liam grabbed her hand. "Dad, she's my friend." That sentence pierced deeper than any business deal. The school security approached again. "Sir, want us to remove her?" Ethan turned to them, voice calm, but commanding. "No one touches her. Ever." He took out a clean business card. "Emily, come with us. I want to talk." Her eyes widened, fear and hope warring inside her. Because sometimes, the people we least expect become the reason we change our entire destiny. Inside Ethan's luxury SUV, Emily sat stiffly, afraid to touch anything. The leather seats felt like clouds, too soft for someone used to concrete. Ethan asked careful questions. "You said you used to attend this school?" "Yes," she whispered. "I had straight A's. Math awards. I wanted to be an engineer." "What happened after your mother passed?" Emily stared at her shoes. "They said without tuition, I couldn't stay. I tried to work, washing windows, tutoring kids at shelters, but it wasn't enough. I sleep behind the school because it's the only place I feel close to learning." Liam listened wide-eyed. Ethan's heart tightened. His son had been struggling, and the answer stood right here, ignored by society. He made a decision on instinct. "Emily, how would you like a place to stay? Food, clothes, and to return to school?" Her head snapped up, disbelief flooding her face. "What? I can't accept that. People like me don't just get saved by billionaires." Ethan leaned forward. "I saw how you helped my son. You have more talent and strength than most people I've hired in my companies. You deserve a chance." She blinked rapidly, fighting tears. "What's the catch?" "None," he answered. "Just keep being this amazing person." Her heart cracked, because she was used to contracts, demands, disappointments. Liam smiled at her. "You can be my tutor." Emily's breath trembled. "You'd really help me?" Ethan nodded once. Starting today, Emily finally broke, silent tears rolling down her cheeks. For the first time in months, she wasn't invisible. Ethan's mansion felt like another planet. Marble floors, crystal chandeliers, security cameras, staff turning heads in silent curiosity. Emily hovered at the doorway, afraid to move. Liam took her hand again. Come on, I'll show you my room. A maid, Mrs. Harvey, frowned sharply once the children ran upstairs. Sir, we don't know who she really is. This is a security risk. Ethan sighed. She's staying. The maid wasn't the only skeptic. The news hit the elite community fast. A billionaire bringing a street child into his home was a scandal waiting to explode. That night at dinner, Emily ate slowly, savoring every bite like she feared it was her last meal. She kept saying thank you, too many times. But when bedtime came, she panicked. I can't sleep in this guest room. It's too big, too clean, too quiet. I'm used to noise, sirens, people yelling. Ethan softened. You're safe here. She nodded, but her hands shook long after he left. Meanwhile, Ethan's sister, Charlotte, called in fury. Are you out of your mind? What will investors think if they find out you're adopting a homeless girl off the streets? Think about your business reputation. Ethan looked out the window, at the girl curled up, trying not to take up space. My son smiled today, he replied coldly. That's worth more than every investor on Wall Street. He hung up. Some decisions are made not by logic, but by a heart awakened after years of silence. Ethan didn't know it yet, but this act of kindness was about to unleash a dark secret connected to Emily's past, one powerful enough to destroy everything he'd built. Rhythm, helping Liam with homework, laughing again, slowly healing. But wealth always attracts unwanted eyes. A black SUV parked outside the school one morning. Inside sat a man in a gray suit, Victor Kane, a ruthless real estate mogul and Ethan's biggest rival. He watched Emily holding Liam's backpack like a big sister. His assistant whispered, That's the girl the media mentioned, the one Ethan rescued. Victor smirked. Interesting. Let's uncover her value. Within 48 hours, he had a full file. Heavy checkmark, Emily's mother worked for a pharmaceutical company. Heavy checkmark, the company developed a groundbreaking cancer treatment formula. Heavy checkmark, her mother died under suspicious circumstances. Heavy checkmark, powerful people wanted that formula lost forever. Heavy checkmark, Emily might be the only person who knew where her mother's documents were hidden. Ethan had saved a genius, but she also held a billion-dollar secret, one that could collapse major investors, insurance companies, and medical empires. Victor whispered into his phone, Prepare a custody challenge. We'll claim she's unstable, unsafe. If Ethan wants her, he'll have to pay in ways he can't afford. A cruel game had begun. Back at the mansion, Emily was playing chess with Ethan and winning. You think differently, he observed with admiration. I think when you lose everything, your brain becomes your biggest weapon, she replied softly. He didn't know. She was right in more ways than he could imagine. Because the world was about to come after her, and Ethan would be forced to choose. Protect his company, or protect the girl who gave his son a future. It started with a knock on the mansion door. A social worker stood there, holding legal documents. We received a claim that this child is being exploited by your family. She must be removed pending investigation. Emily's face drained of color. Ethan stepped forward, voice steel solid. You're not taking her. The worker shook her head. The report states she's a minor with unstable mental health, possibly dangerous. That's a lie, Emily cried, trembling. But the woman continued. A judge has ordered a custody hearing tomorrow. If evidence stands, she will be sent to a state facility. Liam burst into tears. Dad, do something. Ethan knelt to Emily. No matter what happens, I'm fighting this. Emily suddenly looked so small, so breakable. She whispered, Every time I get something good, someone takes it away. His fist tightened with rage. In court the next day, Victor Kane appeared with lawyers dressed like sharks. They painted Emily as a manipulative street kid trying to scam a billionaire. Ethan countered with truth, photos of Emily teaching children, reports of her academic excellence, testimonies from Liam's therapist about her positive influence. But just when the judge leaned toward Ethan, Victor slid a confidential folder forward. Inside, Emily's mother's medical research, stolen, then twisted into accusations of fraud and theft. Emily sobbed as lawyers shredded her mother's name. It was a slaughter. Until Ethan stood, voice thundering. This girl saved my son. I don't care what it costs. I'm giving her a home. And I'll take down anyone who tries to hurt her. Dead silence. The judge, shaken, delayed the ruling. Emily was allowed to stay. But the war had only begun. That night, Emily couldn't sleep. Memories rushed in like storms. Her mother's final days. Men breaking into their apartment. Her mother hiding a thick flash drive in Emily's backpack. She had forgotten it, until now. Heart pounding, she dug into her old notebook. Taped inside was the flash drive. The label read, Cure, X01, Final Formula. Emily gasped. This was why they were hunted. She rushed downstairs to Ethan's study. I need to show you something. But you have to promise, you won't give this to the wrong people. Ethan nodded. I'm serious. She plugged in the drive. Documents appeared. Clinical trials, patient recoveries, financial projections worth billions. And one recorded video. Her mother, pale but determined, whispered, If you're seeing this, Emily, they killed me for this cure. Don't trust the corporation. Trust someone who protects you, not their profits. Emily fell apart, sobbing into Ethan's chest. He held her like his own blood. Suddenly, a loud crash. Security alarms blared. Masked intruders stormed in, hired by Victor, desperate for the formula. Ethan shielded Emily, shouting orders into the home security system. Guards battled the attackers. Glass shattered. Furniture toppled. Emily clutched Liam, terrified. Ethan realized, this isn't about charity anymore. This is life or death. He grabbed Emily's shoulders. Your mother trusted you. And I trust you. We protect this, together. Emily nodded, tears mixed with courage. For the first time, she had someone to fight with, not alone. The attack triggered a full FBI investigation. Ethan provided evidence, and they traced the criminals back to Victor Kane's network. To shield Emily, Ethan moved her and Liam to a secure penthouse overlooking Manhattan. High-tech protection, private tutoring, counselors, legal teams. But safety had a cost. The press twisted everything. Billionaire kidnaps poor teen for secret medical research. Homeless girl brainwashing rich heir. Hidden agenda behind charity gesture. Emily saw headlines that stabbed deeper than hunger ever had. Maybe I should leave, she whispered to Ethan. Everyone would be happier. Ethan slammed his fist lightly on the railing. Don't ever say that again. You belong here. Liam hugged her tight. You're my best friend. And for a moment, that was enough. But the battle returned stronger when Victor Kane confronted Ethan publicly. Give us the formula, and she walks free. Keep it, and you lose everything. Ethan stared him down. You're already losing. She has a heart. You don't. Victor smiled deadly. We'll see who wins in the end. Emily overheard. Fear crept back into her bones. Not for herself, but for Ethan and Liam. Sometimes love creates a new terror. The fear of losing the people who saved you. But Emily refused to run again. She would finish what her mother started, no matter the cost. The attack triggered a full FBI investigation. Ethan provided evidence, and they traced the criminals back to Victor Kane's network. To shield Emily, Ethan moved her and Liam to a secure penthouse overlooking Manhattan. High-tech protection, private tutoring, counselors, legal teams. But safety had a cost. The press twisted everything. Billionaire kidnaps poor teen for secret medical research. Homeless girl brainwashing rich heir. Hidden agenda behind charity gesture. Emily saw headlines that stabbed deeper than hunger ever had. Maybe I should leave, she whispered to Ethan. Everyone would be happier. Ethan slammed his fist lightly on the railing. Don't ever say that again. You belong here. Liam hugged her tight. You're my best friend. And for a moment, that was enough. But the battle returned stronger when Victor Kane confronted Ethan publicly. Give us the formula, and she walks free. Keep it, and you lose everything. Ethan stared him down. You're already losing. She has a heart. You don't. Victor smiled deadly. We'll see who wins in the end. Emily overheard. Fear crept back into her bones. Not for herself, but for Ethan and Liam. Sometimes love creates a new terror. The fear of losing the people who saved you. But Emily refused to run again. She would finish what her mother started, no matter the cost. The courtroom filled again, investors, lawyers, media broadcasting live. Emily, dressed neatly but still trembling, held Ethan's hand. Victor's lawyers attacked ruthlessly. They claimed Ethan wanted the formula for personal profits. They called Emily unstable, a liar, a street criminal. She thought she might faint. But then Ethan stood, not as a billionaire, but as a father. "I don't want her formula," he declared to the world. "I want her future." He presented new evidence. Medical ethics experts verified her mother's research was legitimate and suppressed illegally. Insurance companies blocked development because cures hurt profits. The courtroom buzzed with outrage. Then Emily stepped forward, voice shaking but fierce. "My mom always said, the greatest wealth isn't money. It's saving lives. She died because she cared about people, and I won't let anyone erase her." Her bravery electrified the room. The judge rose. "I hereby grant Ethan Walker full guardianship of Emily Clark." Cheers erupted. Victor's face turned ash white. But Emily wasn't done. She handed the flash drive to medical authorities with a condition. "This cure must be affordable. No child should lose their parent like I did." The crowd stood, applause thundered. Victor Kane was escorted away for criminal conspiracy. Emily looked up at Ethan, tears glowing like victory. She finally had a home, not because a billionaire saved her, but because she proved she deserved one. A year later, Emily, now healthy, confident, and ranked top of her class, stood on stage at a press conference, with Ethan and Liam beside her. Behind them, a massive banner. Walker Clark Foundation, hope for every homeless child. Ethan announced, "We are opening 200 learning centers across the nation, free education, tutoring, and housing support for vulnerable kids." Inspired by one girl who reminded us that intelligence has no address. The room erupted with applause. Cameras flashed. Emily hugged Ethan. "You changed my life." He smiled back. "No, Emily, you changed ours." Liam rushed up with a math medal he'd just won. "Look, Emily, I did it." She lifted him in a spin, laughing. Their family, formed by fate, strengthened by love, had rewritten destiny. Reporters caught the final moment as Ethan declared, "From homelessness to hero, Emily Clark taught my son. And she taught me the most important lesson. Every child has greatness inside, if someone believes in them." People across the world cried watching the viral broadcast. A billionaire didn't just give money. He gave a forgotten girl her future, and she, in return, gave the world hope. And what he did next truly shocked everyone. He officially adopted her, Emily Walker, daughter of a billionaire, survivor of life's cruelest battles, protector of her mother's legacy, and proof that sometimes the richest hearts are found in the poorest places.